What do you mean he wasn't racist?
I don't even know what happened, but I want to
This
hear.
guy, you know, this guy decided.
He was not only racist. Okay,
Yeah.
so
he was
emails. No, so just explain what happened.
he's racist, he's homophobic.
No,
Nah.
explain what
Okay,
happened.
so emails.
Tell me
They're
this.
doing
Giving everyone the love, bro.
yeah. So they're doing
We're still running, you're rolling. Yeah?
they're doing some investigations on like the Redskins, yeah, Washington football. Yeah.
They're not called Redskins anymore. So.
Yeah.
Bro,
I remember.
Bro,
seeing
when
that.
the emails were there, it was the Redskins, bro. So that can help. So all these guys who were sending emails have over like 650,000 emails.
But let me ask you a question. Why do guys communicate like this on email? Like, I don't get it. Like, you sit at your computer and you're like, I'm going to be a racist today.
Yeah, so all these accusations, yeah, so he has emails, homophobic type of shit.
And they already were targeting him.
Yeah.
He was the target of the investigation. So 2 years ago, there was a story that like women cannot work in that organization. So all of them came out with like complaints and whatever, lawsuits, whatever. Like working in that environment was not conducive to a woman in any
form.
Yeah, like it was just bad all through. So when that came out, that's when the investigation came. So when they investigated the thing, this guy's not even in that team. He's coaching another team, the Raiders.
He wasn't even coaching, bro. He was on ESPN.
He was sending those
Oh,
emails.
yeah, you're sending them when he was on ESPN, yeah, because he was on ESPN. So then all that stuff came out. So he went after black people, he went after women, he went after the LGBT community. And now, when he was the coach of the Raiders, one of the players is the only openly gay player there.
Yeah.
So like he just went after everyone, and then he was fired when they were showing a game on ESPN, which he'd normally be on. He was still ESPN, that wasn't the show.
He resigned. Did the gentleman.
He was fired, and then he said he resigned.
Yeah.
So he was
That's
fired.
dumb, because now if he resigned, he doesn't get paid.
Yeah, nah, he was not going to get that money
But
either
in
way.
the States,
there's
by the
probably
way,
some
yeah,
clause
yeah.
in there,
in
bro.
the States, you don't need a reason. You don't need severance to be fired, I think, man.
Yeah,
Just in the States, you don't have like employment benefits like
No,
here.
that's a sport thing.
It's a sports thing.
Yeah, but
The owners of NFL and football are almost the same. Like Macron can own the Nuggets and Arsenal, right? So it's like.
Yeah, but like you have to have clauses in terms of like discipline and all that.
Yeah, I
So
see.
that's what I'm saying.
Morality
It's a breach of
clauses, yeah.
contract. But if you fire him, right? He
Then-
can sue you because you fired him.
But offer
But
morality.
so the team will come in and be like, not the second, and like, oh no, but you breached the contract in this way, right?
Yeah.
So that's what depends on the
That's
contract
gross.
side.
That's gross misconduct. Usually,
Yeah.
you should just be fired for that. It's gross
But
misconduct.
then again, that should happen when you're not a part of the Rangers. So that's the thing.
Again, but this is also the thing. I was listening to that shit earlier on.
He
Yeah?
said a 10-year, 100 million contract.
Wow.
And this was the 4th year.
Long as fuck.
So that's why.
I would never even write an email. Ever. I just keep
Let's
that
see,
shit in your heart, fam.
Couldn't actually delete his shit from before.
That is too much money to be talking that kind of shit. Fam, no, pay for a house and you can go shout in there, man. Keep it in here, you see.
But I was listening to that shit earlier on, yeah. So in terms of like,
Wild.
this is how wild we think he talked. He said teams shouldn't be forced to draft gay players, which in that sense is not really homophobic, yeah. It's more of like, it's not really homophobic. You know why, yeah? We're meant to draft players according to how good they are. So you shouldn't push. He was talking about Goodell pushing that team to draft the gay player.
But they shouldn't say that we won't draft you because you're gay. They should say we won't draft you because you don't play well enough.
You see now, what you're saying, there's validity to it, like, based on what you can do, right?
Yeah.
But what these guys know, because these emails are leaking like slowly, we don't know. We don't even know everything. ESPN doesn't even know everything. And some people, like someone like Stevie will get information based on. So when he makes a statement, talk about he went after the gay community.
Yeah.
These guys have gotten look, how many emails? Like 650,000.
So you probably know something we don't know.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that's still coming out until now, like it's still coming out. But those are pretty obvious. What has to do with women and
Black people.
The women thing, yeah. The women thing particularly.
Please. We're at 18%. I can't do this on my own.
But first of all, the women thing brings me back to an argument I was having last week, yeah?
Wow.
So we've been making, there's Champions League for women, there's a Premier League for women, that's on the football side.
Yeah.
And there's no NFL for women. So I can there's the AFL which is wild.
You're watching for the outfits.
Yeah,
You're just watching for the outfits.
He has no idea what the modalities are, but it's just like bare babes.
Nah, that shit's wild.
Bare babes, man.
That shit's wild. Nah, so other than that, yeah, all this other,
This guy.
all this is the WNBA.
But like, there's
So all-
nothing for F1.
So all this are,
There is now.
all these leagues
know that.
have female sides, yeah, and having this whole thing about like having a full women lineup refereeing international fixtures is still a big thing, yeah. Let's just do. There's a reason there's that league, yeah. Women ref women's games.
Okay, but I'm going to.
Bro, am I wrong on that?
I'm going to
You're
counter
wrong,
you with
you're
this.
wrong.
I'm going
Now
to
how
counter-
though?
Wait. I'm going to counter
Yeah.
you with this. So you remember how you talk about like women's football and men's football?
Yeah.
And it's different for women compared to men.
Yeah.
Which one draws a bigger crowd?
Men.
The men one, right?
Yeah.
So if a woman can make it at the highest level of the game, the highest level of the game for anyone is not the women's Champions League because that's just how we perceive. So that's
And-
the
and-
issue.
and
That's
also-
already an issue.
My only issue is
So for them now the target is the highest level, which is coaching in the men's team. That's why the Bucks have how many? They have 2 female coaches now,
Yeah.
right?
San
And that's they
Antonio.
consider the highest
Ontario.
level of football. And they're not at the hand because they played football. Just obviously they did some contact
Yeah.
sports or whatever, but it's the knowledge they have through physio, through sports, through coaching,
everything, yeah.
right? So it's them showing the level of how adequate they are at the highest level.
And also, like, it doesn't take more physical exertion to referee a game as a woman compared to as a man, as opposed to maybe what it would take to, you wouldn't mix like men and women in the same team because physically they're just different.
Bro, but
So
yeah.
women can ref men's sports
No,
and men can ref women's sports.
My whole argument is this: if we're trying to push women's football to or women's sports into what it's meant to be, which is like we're trying to level it up to where the male sports are, all that type of stuff. You need them to have the best quality of officiating that
Yes,
they can
yes.
have.
But-
You
but-
need them to have the best
but
level
But it
of
shouldn't be
coaching.
gender based.
Yeah, but how
It
does
should
that
be-
benefit? Yeah, how is the gender based?
Because
What
with
I'm
your
saying
argument to the
is
refs,
No, what I'm saying is you will see, you watch mini sports. We all watch mini sports. The people who don't actively go and watch
Watch
them.
sports,
I was
yeah.
watching the big game last night.
Yeah.
The Sky
Yeah.
versus the Phoenix Magnets.
shout out to Candace Parker though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot.
I don't even watch
like
that
the rest of
in
the
the
rest.
NBA
That's
Anyway,
that much.
so like
At
if
all.
you-
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, for wait a minute.
We watch sports and
Oh yeah, we
women's
watch sports, so we'll see women in that environment, right? The guys that we're trying to target to go and watch those other sports do not go to actively watch those women. So you have to bring them to this side where, like, you have to bring the women
Some sort
who
of
can-
parity.
Like you have to bring them to this crowd that's like, okay, these are the guys who love and these are the guys who can drive the market that side.
Yeah.
You have to bring them here in a way. You have to have women at the highest level in all
sports,
facets of
yeah.
life.
It's almost-
And the problem, the root of the problem actually is not us trying to
We're
bring
going to
them-
20% right now.
The root of the problem is not us trying to bring the women to watch like mini sports. It's us guys hold women's sports at such a high regard, right?
Yeah.
That it has forced us to consider, or it has forced them, the only way to get the where everyone can see them is to come to the men's game.
It's dropping it again.
And I think that's
Tell you.
the biggest issue for me. That's the root of the problem. But your point, I guess you make a good point, but
I'll want the
they don't
women.
have options.
Yeah, I'll want the
They
women
don't
to
have
have the best
options to sit at the
coaches.
highest level of the game other than come to the men's game.
Exactly, and in that sense, you can probably draw a crowd from them going there back to their
Back
sport.
to the sport.
Because that's where you're gonna get.
But okay,
Who's
now-
going to watch the sport
And
because of a
also play
referee?
devil's advocate.
Because-
It's also
You're not going to watch the sport because of a referee. You're not going to watch.
became
No.
Chelsea fans because of the physio fam.
Canero.
He's not wrong, though. He's not
Exactly.
wrong. He's not wrong.
First of all, don't you remember Russia 2018 World Cup?
Well,
That
the
skilled
refs were so
cameraman
much. The
that
refs
was
were so
panning
much.
to all.
Yeah, the ref is
bad.
bad.
I think the bad is
Sure,
bad.
it's in general. The refs know so much.
Yeah.
They're all like
Yeah.
GMs
and coaches and
Yeah, but that's just my whole thing about it is like, yeah, fine. You get to learn all that type of stuff because you've been around the environment, you've played your contact sports, you've done whatever. But let's say as a Liverpool supporter, yeah,
for now.
I wouldn't be out here expecting my next manager just to have read up on the game. I want them to have played at the highest level that there's been.
So wait, you
Played
say
or coached?
coach
Played.
or played? No.
Why? You see, not even. You see, like
I mean, there are many great managers
nah, even
that
a-
never played.
even a homie like Klopp, yeah. Klopp played.
I mean,
in
he
the
wasn't-
Bund- he wasn't the best player,
I mean,
but
he was
he played
no,
in
no,
the.
no,
greatest
no, no,
manager
no,
actually
plus
don't
plus he
like
wasn't
Nah,
the
he
best
played- he
player.
played
Wait. He was an entry level player.
He played in the Bundesliga.
played in
It's
the
okay.
Bundesliga.
Yeah, but like as in like I mean amongst the
Alex
Bundesliga
Ferguson.
players.
Yeah, he's among the Bundesliga players.
That's
That's
just amongst them, like in general.
Bro, the certain things, the certain dynamics that go on, yeah, and it's in terms of like even locker rooms and all that type of shit. The sensitivity we're bringing about with this, I saw it with.
But look at Mourinho.
I saw it with a ref, like just.
But no,
you
but
see how you,
Aguero.
like, yeah, you see how you,
Okay,
can just,
that I kind of like didn't get it because if you had done that and it was a homie,
yeah.
like come
you see,
on.
we want certain things to work a certain way.
Yeah.
If it's a dude, but if it's a short coaching, if it's a short refing, we need to change how we play. We need to change how we relate to the game, how we usually play.
But
So
I mean,
that doesn't like.
but life can't be static. The game can't be static. I mean, if we are going to accommodate women and want them to come to the top level, then we must accommodate them in all facets. It's not about just us saying, hey, this is how life works for us. Either you join this way or you fuck off. It's more like, okay, like you're a shorty, so I'll accommodate you, but there are also ways that a woman would officiate that accommodates guys. Like you see it even now when women are officiating. Like you'll notice they're not either gonna be like prone to just dishing out cards like some of the best English referees we know, who just like giving them out like sweets and stuff like that. You never know. Like I just think it makes the game more dynamic and something different. And
Fine, it opens up bare conversations. Why?
yeah, we
Because-
don't want women to
because
come
if
in
a-
and
if a
ref
woman-
like men.
If a woman
you
ref
know?
fucks up, yeah. If a woman ref fucks up, be it in the NFL, NBA, whatever, the slack they get comes in because they're women.
Yeah, and like
And Chris Paul, tell me Chris Paul as well, yeah, when Chris is a woman.
Yeah.
It's
So
fine. ASAP.
bro, you can't. As a player, I can't go out and criticize a ref if it was a woman. The same way I'll be allowed a certain leeway to criticize a male referee.
No, man, you go all out.
You go all out.
You say that
because
like,
you still get fined. You still get fined. Remember,
You still get a fine.
Yo,
But
So you get fined, and then public opinion and media decides you're that guy.
That's
no,
yeah,
that will happen.
I see
That
what-
will happen. That will happen. But you, when you do your next press conference, you be like, "Nay, hold her at the highest regard because she's a Premier League referee."
And then the
it.
next week you
And
insult
leave
Mike
it
Dean.
there.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week you insult Mike Dean as well. Then you just become.
Because if you
the guy
start
with
doing
the
like
ball.
that,
Yeah,
that's
you
the
insult
standard.
Mike Dean. Yeah, you have to go with Mike Dean.
No, but you make valid points.
You make valid
and it's fucked up that it has to take them to come into the men's game to elevate their level in different aspects of the game,
Yeah.
coaching, refereeing, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think the alternative will just take long.
And actually, we'll just keep them back there, like in terms of levels, for longer. I don't think it helps for them to just remain at like a lower tier of coaching or anything because they're women. It doesn't make sense.
And the most flagrant thing Gruden did say was racist, just because of the player rep. NFLPA had.
Yeah, his boss.
Yeah, what's
did
his
he
name?
say,
He said, yeah, his lips.
Did
Yes,
he
which is wild.
That's what he said.
Like that.
I mean, I'm gonna go check my email right now.
Whatever with those.
And you know, like, dude,
That was flagrant.
How, like, do you know there's no one who can defend him? Not even his family. Like, what are you saying?
What are you gonna say?
White people can't defend him anymore because now you're fucking up with their money, right? You diss black people, you diss women, you diss like you diss
it
everyone.
is everyone
Yeah.
except old white man or what?
Probably an old white man or
You
something.
probably
like
did
that.
something.
Yeah.
bro.
No, all white men were in all those emails. They were being CC'd.
Oh.
Like, one of them is an owner actually. The owner for the former owner basically. And even the Raiders owner must have known something because why would he just keep
But now he's coming out with statements.
He's coming out with statements. Every time he's coming with statements, a new email is coming out. Bro,
This is like when you're taking for coffee and then your girl has printed screenshots. And she's
Yeah.
asking you questions. Every lie you tell, she works one on the table. It's like,
How do you? This emails are so beef though because
fam.
one of
Facts,
huh?
facts.
I was about to talk about whatever chef.
Adam Schefter.
Yeah.
You can talk about it, but we can't.
Fuck off.